There's been so many things that I've seen that would give you nightmares for the rest of your life, because there's no one singular moment that I can hold on to as the worst possible moment.
We just finished a 12-hour shift.
I am Dr. Calvin's son, and I am an emergency medicine physician in New York City. And on that first shift, when I first saw, COVID-19 patients literally stacked the board. Exposure, 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 exposure. Scores of patients filling up our emergency rooms. I mean, remember breaking down in tears in the middle of a shift.
Hold the curtain.
Not because I couldn't handle it. We were handling volumes fine. It was the feeling of defeat, knowing that the inevitable was going to happen, that not everyone that was next to me that day will be around the next week.
When COVID hit in March, we probably went down about 50% of our business. There was no end in sight, so it was pretty scary. I am Guy Caligiuri. I am the owner of Patio Pizza on Long Island. Firsthand, I witnessed exactly how bad it was. My wife is on the 3rd floor over at the Long Island State Vets Home. She would come home every night in a panic and in tears because she was no longer a nurse. She was hospice. All they would do is take patients in, give them oxygen and morphine until they died.
So I lost my grandfather to COVID-19. Got admitted to the hospital, stayed for 2 weeks, and ended up dying, surrounded by complete strangers dressed like astronauts, in pain. Hospital systems almost, if not, I think, the way I look at it, did collapse. The fact that we ran out of PPE, the fact that we lost so many of our colleagues.
Currently working in the COVID-19 only field tent outside a random hospital in New York.
This nation has a robust response to any sort of disaster, especially a pandemic, and that system was not activated. And whether or not the president really respects what we do or who we are, I don't care enough what he thinks or how he respects us.
No, I don't believe he's prioritized the economy over health. I think he's done a fantastic job. And I proudly display a Trump flag in the back of my restaurant. Some woman took offense to it. I put a Facebook post out there. It went viral. And I wound up on Fox News. And then I got a tweet from the President of the United States, and business has been booming ever since. I think that the President handled the corona crisis as well as anybody could have. Could you say he could have shut down earlier? I don't know. I think he shut down exactly at the right time. Everything that everybody asked of him, he did.
People are dying at an alarming rate still. It's been 6 months, and we're now at 200,000 deaths, and no one's batting an eye.
Prioritizing, opening up the economy, and getting things back the way they were. No masks, let's just do it. And that's what I think we have to do.